Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey, and today we are doing a mock draft here. We have not, it's been quite a while since we've done a mock draft. Really, have we even done one since the NFL draft? I don't even know if we have. So this is going to be kind of fun. I've been wanting to do this and figure out how our teams are going to look for a while. So we're going to do 10 teams today. Keep it quicker, simple. 10 teams. We're doing half PPR. I think everything we do now is based on half PPR, as much as I will never go full PPR, Jeff. I had somebody, I was looking at, so the relegation leagues we're putting invites out for the relegation leagues once again. So say if you haven't got your invite and you were last year, reach out to us, but most likely you just haven't got them to you. But speaking of the relegation leagues, one of the things in the comments on one of them was, because we're doing half PPR, somebody's like, hey, I thought you guys were dead set against PPR. What are you doing half PPR for? People must have listened to us last year and realized my many rants against PPR. And that standard is probably where it should be.
No, we gave in a little bit because
it's just what people like.
Yeah.
But okay, so the league I made the other day, I called it alternative rules because I made some different settings, which is always fun to do. Like Fishbowl was different settings, so this was a different league too. I did 0.1 points per rushing attempt. So, and you said, Jeff, when I told you that, you're like, I hate that. Guess what? You know what else I hate? 1 point per catch.
So stupid.
Just because you get a catch. If it's 0 yards, why is it worth anything? You get one catch. Think about this. You get a catch. You lose your team 9 yards off that catch. I don't know how it happened, but you're an idiot and you run backwards, right? You get 0.1 points. So you should get 0.1. You should get a positive point for losing 9 yards. How is that right? Is it? Crickets. Nope, it's not right.
Yeah, the answer is no.
So it's not right. So
don't get me going.
We should just you know what? Again, this ESPN doesn't have this, but I'd much rather have points per first down.
100%.
That makes sense to me. You did something in the game.
Yeah, it has to be a positive impact. I can't believe
a catch for a zero again. Catch for 0 yards. Sucks. So speaking of that, we're doing half PPR,
and yet we gave in.
So.
We half gave in.
We half gave in. It's just the way we got to do it.
I'll be honest. I will never go full PPR though.
No, God, no.
For whatever we set up,
It bothers me.
I can't control everything.
Full PPR bothers me. We'll probably do a PPR draft next week. No, I'm just kidding. All right, this draft's about to start. Well, we're using Fantasy Football Calculator. I have the 3rd pick. Jeff has the 8th pick. So we'll see how this thing goes. And hopefully the Fantasy Football Calculator's ADP is a little better now. When we did it last time, I think it was all over the board. Yeah. But there should be a lot more data now. And it should be pretty well set up. So the draft's going to start. We actually have somebody in. There's 2 other people in this draft, so we'll see how they do.
That'll be good. I'll throw it up.
Hopefully they just don't waste all our time and sit there for 45 seconds every time. And there we go. Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley. No surprise. So I'll be up, and I will just find my player. I'll pick him. I'm not going to do anything crazy. It's Zeke at 3. That's how you. I'm good with going Zeke at 3 every time. I really don't think you go anything too crazy with that. Kamara went 4, which I'm kind of, I guess, maybe, I think I'm on board with Kamara at 4 no matter what. What are the other options? It's Henry or Cook, right?
Yep. And both of them went before I could go. And Michael Thomas is gone. This is the one for the tried and true. Like Jacobs played tremendous last year. So I'm going to go with him. I feel like it's safe. And it is back to me, and now this is the question. Miles Sanders is there, so is Aaron Jones if I wanted to go running back. I could go for a Kelsey or a Lamar, and then at wide receiver, there is a plethora, right?
It was a very heavy running back round 1 there.
Yeah, so do I want to go ahead and grab Miles Sanders? You know what? I'm not going to. I'm going to throw it off a little bit. I'm going to go with Travis Kelce because I do feel, even though there's a lot of tight ends, I'm going to see how this works out in my favor because I do think that he's a step above everyone else.
Yep.
So we'll find out. I don't know. This might bite me.
Some of the other picks. So, yeah, Chubb and Mixon went at the end of the 1st. Adams and Hopkins went at the beginning of the 2nd. You got Kelsey. Then it went Tyreek. Lamar goes in the 2nd. Julio goes in the 2nd. Aaron Jones goes. I'm on the clock. I don't love this position necessarily, but I will go Miles Sanders.
Yeah, you son of a...
I think that's a good little duo there, Elliott and Sanders. I do like that.
I really like that.
Yep. So then Mahomes went after me.
He did miss out on, well, neither of us usually go QB early.
No,
anyway.
But
I wouldn't mind. Honestly, if it was in this one, it's weird. Like, I'm feeling it out as we go. It's one of our first ones. So you're just finding out where people are going. But Mahomes and Lamar, like Travis Kelce, I do feel are a cut above everyone else. So if you wanted to go early on them, I don't really hate that.
Because, okay, we've usually been a wait on quarterback type people, but I mean, I do like some of the quarterbacks in that range of maybe 10 to 12, 13. I like them, but I'm not like, there's not one I'm like, oh my God, I have to have this guy.
Right.
Like right this year. So like last year with Lamar. Right. It's not just the same. But,
exactly.
So I'm okay if people want to do that. So yeah, Mahomes, Kittle, Godwin, Evans, I'm up. This is where I like to go wide receiver. So as much as I have this guy ranked high at number 6, but it still feels weird to have him as my wide receiver 1, and I don't know why it shouldn't. It's Kenny Galladay is my pick. He's I think ranked him as 6 right now. So he should be a good wide receiver 1 there in the 3rd round. So Thielen went, Eckler went, Fournette went, Cooper went, Jeff's back up. Still good talent here in the 3rd. Still liking where it's at. I'm trying to think if I can back around, I'll probably get another wide receiver.
There is a ton of people I like here.
Yeah.
It does feel like, I mean, the rankings aren't exactly what I would do here. So I think that there's a lot of interesting picks. I think here I'm going to go with another running back just to make sure. And the question for me would be Le'Veon or Devin Singletary. And for this one, I love Devin, but I'm going to go Le'Veon Bell. Once again, I think he's going to have a resurgence. I really like him. And dang it. And then Devin Singletary went. I was almost thinking that I could get him on the way back.
He went early in this.
He did, which is, I mean, it's good. It's where he should go.
A lot higher than his current ADP that Fantasy Pros has him on. So that's cool. You're up again here after it went. You went Bell and went Drake, who was still out there, which I don't know what to think about Kenny and Drake yet. Zach Ertz, Singletary, Cooper Kupp went. Jeff has about 15 seconds left to make his pick. The talent starts to drop off, but I still see some big names there that I like.
This is hard. All right, screw it. I'm going to go for Cortland Sutton. And I don't love that as my number 1. I really like Cortland Sutton. But there's a lot of big names still left down there that I think are good value that I can get later. So I'm going to play the board compared to playing the man at the moment. And we'll find out. Craig will probably grab a couple of them. But there's other people in here. But we'll find out.
Yeah, so you went Sutton, and then Chris Carson, Allen Robinson, Edwards-Helaire, and James Conner. I would have actually picked Allen Robinson here. I was hoping he would get to me. I like Robinson. I think he's actually can be undervalued at times. I would have liked him as my wide receiver 2, but I didn't get him, so I got to make a decision. And I think this is pretty clear cut for me. Maybe not everybody. I like DJ Moore, so I'm going to go DJ Moore as my number 2. Based on what was out there, I like him better than the other options at wide receiver, and I wanted to get my other receiver there. The other options, I guess a lot of people would have probably picked A.J. Brown at that point, which I'm fine with A.J. Brown there. I just feel more confident in DJ Moore. So I'm going to wait. So Melvin Gordon went after I got Moore. Mark Ingram goes, who's kind of become undervalued in a way. It's really funny how that changed for us. Calvin Ridley goes. Keenan Allen goes. I'm back up. A lot of receivers went there. I could go receiver. I could go running back. You know what?
I don't know why. I have this feeling you're going to go Kyler Murray. I don't know why I had that feeling.
I'm not going to do it.
I felt like you were going to throw me off and go QB.
I really, I'm really torn here. I have 2 players I want. Screw it. I will go. I'm going to go this way. I'll go A.J. Brown.
Oh, you do.
I think as a 3rd receiver, that's really good value, right? I mean, we're only questioned on A.J. Brown is he being a little overhyped, and he becomes like wide receiver 10 in ranks right now, but he's my 3rd. I love that, so I'll take him here. I had one other pick that I was going to make, so just hope he makes it back around. I doubt he does, but we'll see.
Dude, there's so many.
So after I picked Brown, it went Hilton, DK Metcalf, Mark Andrews, Stephon Diggs, Jeff's on the clock. There's still talent here in the 5th.
There's a ton. I'm going to go for, I think this is the year of the bounce back. I'm going to go for talent compared to, once again, the board, I'm going to go Odell.
Nice. Odell in the 5th.
Yeah, so
right.
it feels really good. And then, okay, so there's Robert Woods, Tyler Lockett, DJ Chark, and then Darren Waller, which I very much like, actually, as a tight end. I don't know, maybe not the 6th, but I like him. And here, I feel like I'm set up so I can go any different direct. Oh, my God. Okay, I have to. Okay, I have to do this even this time. Okay. So there is a running back.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So I very much want Todd Gurley.
Oh, that's
so
the guy.
Now I have Josh Jacobs, Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Cortland Sutton, Odell with Travis Kelce. Now, if I get more wide receiver depth, I feel really good about my team.
That was the debate. It was AJ Brown or Gurley. I knew AJ wouldn't make it back.
He wouldn't have made it back.
I thought Gurley might, and he probably would have if you don't make that pick right there.
Yeah. Oh. I think he's very undervalued. So once again, play the board, not the man.
Don't love it at all now because I'm going to be forced into a pick that I don't love right now. I love the Gurley pick. I would have done that all day.
Ooh, and there was a run on QB. So we'll find out how this actually affects it. But Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson,
I'm going to make a pick right here that I don't love. But I still think the value is okay. And I'm going to go David Johnson. Okay. I think it's still a good value in the 6th round. I don't love it. I would have loved the Gurley pick. Man, that was my debate the last round. It was AJ Brown or Todd Gurley. And I didn't make it. I didn't say it because I knew it would be on your mind.
Not to do that.
And after you said the bounce back thing, you get Odell and then you get Gurley. I knew it was happening. Knew it. So I picked Johnson. Then it went Debo, went Kyler, went Marlon Mack, went Kerryon Johnson. I'm back up. I had a debate last round between a couple guys. You know what? There it is. Beautiful. Love this. Sorry, Jeff.
You're going to take my... dang it. Okay.
Juju Smith-Schuster.
I actually thought it was going to be someone else, but dang it. Now AJ Green went too. Okay.
That was the other option.
Juju and AJ, it was going to be 3 in a row that were all bounced back that I think are incredible value in the 5 through 7 range.
I know this is... Sometimes with fantasy football calculators, it's not perfect, but obviously there is no way Deebo Samuel should ever go before Juju Smith-Schuster. That's crazy talk. So we'll have to do some mocks here in the future, as we get closer to the season with some listeners. So pay attention and listen to us on this, but go to Instagram, Fantasy Football Profit, Twitter, the FF Profit, and watch for when we look for a mock draft where we can get some listeners in. We'll record one. But Jeff's about to run out of time.
Did I run out of time?
Got Jarvis.
That's not the worst.
Okay.
I had to panic and just pick one really quick. Jarvis for me.
And you're back up.
Yeah, I'm back up. So Jarvis for me, getting him as the 3rd wide receiver, that is very safe. It's not what I typically like to do. Maybe I should have went a different route on that one, but I kind of ran out of time.
I mean, it's a solid safe. 3.
I don't hate it.
So after you picked Jarvis, Matt Ryan went, Josh Allen went. There goes Darius Geis, my guy. Goes in the 8th. Raheem Mostert. As much as Darius Geis is ranked low, he still goes decent in some of these drafts. But I like that. I like that pick. Jonathan Taylor goes for Jeff. That's just the big upside at this point. I think he's going to be a good player. I think we're underrating him.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. How much is Marlon Mack going to play? I could see a world where it's very much split down the middle, perhaps. But I love the upside as a running back number 4.
So I'm going to go running back upside. I'll go Cam Akers at this point, just to get some running back upside on my team at my 4th running back. Obviously, I like Jonathan Taylor a lot more, but I think Akers is possibly the next best bet. I mean, Swift. I like Swift, but you still got Kerryon there. So don't know. So after I went Akers, I went Hooper, Tyler Boyd. We're in the 9th. Neither of us have quarterback yet. You do have a tight end. Let's see. Marquise Brown went. Damian Williams went. Puts me back on the clock. I think I'm still going talent here. Taking some players that are good. I don't love the running backs. I don't know what to do. The clock runs really quick. Yeah. So I don't love this player necessarily, but I think the value is still good, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to get Devontae Parker. I don't love Devontae Parker, but in the 9th round, I think it's good. And he's my 5th. So the reason, we talked in the offseason, if you've listened, we didn't love Devontae Parker. He came on some of our list of overvalued or, whatever, do not draft. But everybody in my do not draft list, there is a point where I'll draft them, right? And I think Devontae Parker's come around on that, and he's not so highly ranked anymore, and he's back to where he should be. So I'll go Parker. Then it went Cooks, Ronald Jones, Will Fuller, Aaron Rodgers. Jeff has about 10 seconds left to pick. See where he's going here.
You know what? I didn't like where the wide receivers are, and that's probably where I should go. But I decided to go with Sony Michel instead.
No one even thinks about Sony Michel anymore.
No, but I mean, the question is why not? No, I mean, like, I think he's being undervalued because you do have a new QB, possibly a new system. They underperformed last year. I'm back up, but the whole idea that that it should bounce back a little bit, and I like him as my 5th running back. There's no reason not to. All right. God, I feel like I do not like these ranks for...
It throws you off, huh?
Yeah, it's like trying to find a needle in a haystack at the moment. No, screw it. I'm going to go...
What are you going to go? 3 seconds. 1 second.
Nope. I'm going to go Carson Wentz. So I took the best QB available.
That's kind of where I figured you'd go.
I don't really love Carson Wentz, but I'll probably double up on QB because I'm going to take another upside guy. So we'll find out. I don't know.
After you pick Wentz, I went Slayton, Matt Breida, Christian Kirk, Alexander Madison. I actually like Matt Breida this year. I think he's very undervalued, and he's way down the list. I think he's going to be a good pick. I think he's just way too far down there. So I'm going to go some more upside. I love the upside when it gets later. I'll go DeAndre Swift. So I add another rookie running back to Akers and Swift. I mean, I don't love going complete upside early in these drafts, these rookies, but I love it later. So we got Taylor, Akers, and Swift. I feel pretty good about that. We're getting all the rookie running backs. One of us will get a guy that breaks out. Next up, it was Mike Williams, Phillip Lindsay, Jordan Howard, San Francisco defense. I don't even care about defense right now. Let's see. Where should I go here? Don't love most of this here.
Now, this is I don't know why. I feel like I'm not getting the value, but I do see names that I would take, but I have to jump so far down in order to get them that it feels very strange.
I was going to wait on tight end, but you know what? I'm just going to do it. Gronk.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to wait.
The 11th. I mean, because I like Gesicki. I like Hurst. I like Jonnu Smith. I like some of those guys, but Gronk in the 11th, I don't think I'm not risking much. So, all right. Whoa, that went quick. What do we got here? I'm back up again. When did that happen? So
this is moving.
So
very fast.
Who did you got? What, Jefferson and Alan Lazard?
Yeah,
very solid picks.
So going upside once again.
Here we go. Upside all day, Jeff. J.K. Dobbins.
There we go. I actually don't. In the 12th round, too, I think Mark Ingram is going to be the man there for this year, but I think J.K. Dobbins is going to be a beast starting kind of next year. And if an injury occurs or if he kind of hits his stride early, you can see him taking a lot of carries, and that team runs a lot. So yep. I really like that.
Yep. I think that's very solid. So Tom Brady went a kicker, Watkins, Anderson. I'm back up. This is where we get to the end. I'm probably going to even skip a kicker and defense in this draft. We'll have 3 more rounds. I don't really care about the kicker and defense too much. It doesn't really help me for this. So I need to get a quarterback. I've waited a long time. At this point, you know what? I'll go Tannehill. Yeah, I'll just go Tannehill. Take him. I think that could be a decent pick. So, yeah, I'll go with that one. How about that? So we're to, let's see. You went more upside, huh?
Upside.
Judy and Antonio Gibson, yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the draft, when there isn't players that you absolutely love, why don't you just go more upside? Hey, screw it. I'll do it again. CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, why not?
I think on our teams, I think we made teams that have enough, value, a lot of good solid players early that we can take some chances and just get the upside later. And I don't love a lot of the guys here later, so why not just go with it? So kickers and defenses go, waiting for 2 more picks, and then I'm up on my final pick. I think this is right, round 15, final pick of the draft.
Should be, yeah.
So this guy's taking his time to make this pick. So I think he should just make it. Tick, tick. Just going down. Did he forget the draft still going?
He probably doesn't care because he'll be a kicker.
I'm just skipping those positions, and I will probably I'm gonna go backup quarterback because I went late in quarterback. I'm gonna get a backup. I'll go Joe Burrow and hope he breaks out.
I like it. Actually, can we talk about how in the 15th Keyshawn Vaughn went?
Oh yeah, that was
actually a very.
He would have been a good one there. That's a good value there. And you get Jonnu Smith as a backup tight end. So I like the way that draft went. I ended up with Tannehill and Joe Burrow at quarterback, with Zeke and Miles Sanders, David Johnson, Cam Akers, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins. Some upside, some pretty solid player, a solid player in Zeke, and then a lot of potential breakouts. Galladay, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster, Devontae Parker, CeeDee Lamb. I like those. And then tight end, I got Gronk. I'm happy with that team. I like how that turned out.
Yeah. I think my round 9-10, I think there was not a whole lot of things I really loved. So I took like kind of best available, which I'm not like overly enthusiastic about.
Yep.
And the QB, I did not finish with someone I really care. I mean, Carson Wentz will be fine, but I'm not like over the moon about him. So at QB, I did have Carson Wentz. At running back, Josh Jacobs, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley, which I love. And then on my bench, I would have Jonathan Taylor, Sony Michel, and Antonio Gibson. Very solid. I think that's unbelievable. Then tight end, Travis Kelce and Jonnu Smith. So set there as well. And then wide receiver, I do have more upside. I wish I had one more guy I believed in. I think the Jarvis Landry pick, I kind of got thrown because Juju and AJ Green went right like in that same round before me. I was really hoping to get one of those and I would have felt good about it. But Cortland Sutton, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry is my top, and then upside for Justin Jefferson, Alan Lazard, and Jerry Jeudy. And then we finish out. So I think that is a very successful draft. It is I don't know, feeling drafting it near the end of the first round is an interesting one. I don't know if it would have been any different if I didn't go with Kelce, even though he's, obviously it gives me a huge leg up. How different my team would have looked. But no, it's kind of hard to say. I probably would have had that number one wide receiver. But I'm kind of happy for the most part how everything turned out. So if Odell kind of makes a turnaround, I'll be right as rain. So it definitely, I think the strategy did work out.
I think these kind of teams have so much room. We have so much room to have like just massive teams. Yeah, it could go wrong, I guess, too. But I don't know. I just think there was so much value at times there for me. In this one, I don't think in a real draft, this is the one difference I feel like, is these rookie running backs are going to go earlier, right? I mean,
I would think so.
I don't think we're going to luck into these guys so much, which I just really feel like later on in this draft, why don't you take those potential guys? Because if you hit on one of them, like I took Akers and Swift and Dobbins, if one of them hits, just one, I feel like that is a win. And my team is automatically, much better, right? Like if you get one of those guys to become an actual star, I mean, you're in really good shape. I think I got Parker late. I like that. As much as I don't love Parker, I like that. Gronk in the 11th. I think Gronk in the 11th is good value. I was waiting on getting like Gesicki there, and I just keep looking, and Gronk's just sitting there for me, and I couldn't go wrong. But okay, so quarterback's the one thing. I think that's good value in Tannehill, right? I mean, I think that's a decent spot. Tannehill's my quarterback. I don't know if I think I guess
you feel like how I do about Wentz. You're kind of like, whatever. But you got him in the 13th.
Yeah, but it's still like Ryan Tannehill. It's I'm not fully on board yet. Like I get he was good, but there are some things where I'm like, is he? It's still Ryan Tannehill, right?
Right. I get that. It's hard too because QB, I think, will be one of those positions that goes kind of sporadically throughout. Because Lamar and Pat both went in the second round. I mean, that's, as far as QBs go, it's pretty high. And then the sixth round, then you had the run. Where, I mean, within, 12 picks, you had 6 of them were QBs, and it kind of like completely throws it on its head as far as what you believe is going to happen. So that's the one that is going to kind of be topsy-turvy. And I don't have a quarterback down here that I love, and they're not separated enough. Like, I was like, oh, I would love to get Tannehill at your spot. I feel like that's good value, even though you're not like over the moon about it. But like even Baker in the 11th or Matthew Stafford in the 11th, I took mine in the 10th, and then those guys went. So there's not a huge difference between Wentz and those guys, which I thought there would be more of a separation. And that was the biggest thing I didn't see coming, if you will.
So the one thing I wish was different on my team is you picking Gurley.
That one makes it. I'm not gonna lie.
I would turn David Johnson into Gurley. And that's what that right there would have made I think all the difference in the world to me on how much I would have loved my team at that point.
If I look at this, I think the big difference is in rounds 5, 6, and 7. I think those are the ones that really turn. You could even add 8 maybe on there, but I think those are the ones that can really turn the tide for a team. And I know this is not, something crazy to say, but usually people are like, okay, the first 4 picks you have to hit on. I don't think you can really go too wrong, but look at the types of people that you can get in the 5th, 6th, and 7th now. I mean, just me personally, I got Odell and Todd Gurley. Craig got David Johnson, which is a good value pick, especially when all the running backs went. He got Juju Smith-Schuster, and then Cam Akers, which is another rookie running back that possibly might be the number 1 there. But also Terry McLaurin went, AJ Green went, a ton of QBs went there. If you want that, I feel like you can get better. I think you can use these rounds better. I almost don't want to use them for QB after looking at who went, because you can get such value. And then even in the 8th, you're still either, Tyler Higbee, Evan Ingram, if you want to, wait on tight end a little bit, Kareem Hunt, if you believe in him, Raheem Mostert, Darius Geis, Jonathan Taylor, all these guys that could be very, very dangerous. Right when it was kind of at the cusp when people are like, okay, all the guaranteed people are kind of gone. What do we? I mean, you got those. You know who you have to pick.
Yeah, I think it was I'm going to do something real quick. Just finishing up. I'm going to let footballguys.com determine which of us won.
Oh, okay. I can get into that.
Let's pull these up. I got to get yours to.
This is a funny year though. I don't know if I'm going to agree with all of their rankings, which usually they're pretty decent, or you can get a pretty good idea, but we'll find out.
So pull mine up. And if you don't know, footballguys.com has this rate my team feature, which it's just based off the ranks, but it's kind of cool to.
That's very cool.
I like to put this together for, in our like home leagues we do, and put this together, see what the ranks say were the best teams in the draft. It's kind of a fun little thing to do. So I put the teams in here, and this is what it says. It'll say, with great in-season management, we think you have a 80% chance to make the playoffs. That's for me. So 80% chance to make the playoffs with great management, 80, 70, 59. So with good and average. So 80, 70, 59. Knowing and seeing this all the time, that's a solid team. That's a very solid team. Jeff, your top number is 65.
Get out of here.
65, 50, 32.
Well, to be fair, I knew they weren't going to like Le'Veon and Todd Gurley, Odell are all on everyone's shit list.
So they like me. They like me more.
I disagree, but okay.
Right. Yeah, I think that was a good, solid draft there. So first mock draft in the books. It's fun to always do those. So that will do it for today. We'll have another episode will be out Friday. We'll have a breakout players list. So go check that out. I probably have a surprise at number 1, I think. So be surprised. Be shocked. It's not somebody I drafted today. I'm disappointed. Not good, but all right, that'll do it. Talk to you guys next time.